He wanted me to beat him up first.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns.
Let me get my box of wine from the fridge. Good old 5 liters in the fridge. Nah. Drinking some white Ziffy. Alright.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started.
Alright.
Underway from Miami. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
This fucking bozo. Do I even have any superstars?
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He'll wind up getting
I think I want the Dolphins in the league. Give me the Dolphins.
That didn't appear to be a run,
that's what I want.
Once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's second and
with
9,
Trump and Pence. You don't work with Trump and Pence? Oh, man.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And he's got the hook up to Landry. That'll move the sticks for the Browns.
Nah, they catching heat.
Little glimpse of his
athleticism
there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time.
You know what, Nee? They would have been blaming you if you were still commissioner.
Wow, that ball is not free.
They would have been blaming you.
Comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On first down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Mayfield. And he fumbled it. It's
how many times you gonna fumble? These niggas is cupcake.
A super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner.
Cuz why your team so cupcake?
Coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it,
2 fumbles, 1 drive, man.
You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
What the fuck is this? Get him up out of there.
They'll run on first down. Laird. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take.
Matter of fact, let No Name whoop your ass.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns.
Hey, who is this man? He look like a fullback. Let No Name whoop your ass.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the...
The nerve of you to be so disrespectful. No, you're not. You're going to be upset. You lost to the Dolphins.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. To throw is Fitzpatrick. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like
that was good defense.
But I know it's really not. They had a chance to kick points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
So you want them Patriots ain't gonna let that go out like that.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that
the underdogs.
Field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside the pocket, realized he had nothing.
They're going to bounce back.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads
Give me
us
that
to
right back, cuz. I see it. Thank you. Okay.
Now Mayfield. And he's got his man.
Who your
That's
team?
Landry. And they get him down, but
yo, you jump teams like a mug, son.
Good pick up there for the Browns, 15 yards.
That's your team now, huh?
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score.
Cuz, how you
they come
feeling?
out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run it with Balaj. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing Fitzpatrick. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. Given 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
That's good for a Dolphins 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49.
Hey, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. 10 yards.
Big adjustment.
Pick up there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Laird. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that 1st down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. Balaj. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick.
Damn.
And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked.
It's crazy.
Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
You see that, man.
You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons.
Didn't even
especially
see that,
because they
man.
felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every
Didn't
job
even see
wanting to
that,
keep
man.
that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Nah, that's somebody else.
Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
Dolphins doing what they got to do.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Jason Sanders for the Dolphins.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on the line. It ran out of gas at the end. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range. And you're
The
exactly
fuck is
right.
you talking
when it comes
about?
up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Crazy.
They go play action. Mayfield.
How you run past the
And on
nigga?
the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman.
God, you garbage,
Incomplete.
man.
So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah,
No
there was a
witness.
fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ.
What you gonna do with it?
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's
Fucking
not a very
silly
generous
head.
one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. They run forward.
Fucking silly head.
They're going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks. And this
We dead
defense
at the
will take
50.
over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run here with Blanche. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd and 2, Fitzpatrick is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can
Hey,
draft
you missed
the most
that, cuz. That was a
athletic
set.
guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught.
definitely
In
a
this
set.
case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been
Where's
a tough
that?
catch, though.
Oh.
It was incomplete. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
You show you the kind of
That's a
respect
tough one
I
right
have
there.
for
He
you.
ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Brian Flores learned under the master. He's going to go on 4th down. Now Fitzpatrick on 4th down.
See, hit him with the fake.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. A first carry for Samaje.
How they bouncing like that?
Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They come out here in the eye. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To throw, Fitzpatrick. Rolling to his right.
I threw that thing.
Anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Chad Thomas bringing the power on the sack.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
That drive took him inside to 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop.
I know it was the 3rd time. I only know about 2.
Touchdown that situation, right? Made him kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
I mean, I heard a lot of conspiracy. Heard a lot of conspiracy with
about
that.
To get started. And last time we saw them
heard a lot of conspiracy with that.
Situation. It's not like it's a 4th quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Set, 180. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. Y'all playing the wrong football.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
You would have did your job. You would have did your job. Yeah.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half.
You was brainwashed.
No touchdowns as of yet on either
You would have did your
So this
job.
job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
They would have want you to risk it
Catch and
all.
run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play changes
For
the
the
complexion
country.
of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
He would have sang "God Bless America" right before.
Eluding the pressure right. Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. Trying to get it to Landry there. With that incompletion, you know, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season.
Throw the ball
the
correct.
South.
That's my defense. You got bums getting two picks.
Week 15 victory in Nashville. But which of those two teams do you think has the potential to go deeper in the playoffs?
Well, Tennessee just lost at home to Houston.
Yeah, work on your craft,
cuz. On the road to play them again in Week 17.
It would have been way worse than this.
I would say, on the surface, you would think Houston. They have the quarterback as well in Deshaun Watson that scares everyone. But I'm picking Tennessee as the team that could go deeper because of their defense.
Got that boy Fitz balling.
Defense on any given Sunday. Their ability to rush the passer, their ability to play the ball in the air. I like that Tennessee team, and I think Ryan Tannehill, the switch to him at quarterback, has really energized that club.
Back-to-back good plays.
We ain't even got to get a ball to Parker.
First down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Balaj. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and run with Balaj. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime.
Because this ain't looking good for you, Doug.
It's a presentation of EA Sports. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. That's fielded in the end zone.
You got to do something, man.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
On 2nd and a yard.
First down.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. And a flag comes
What's the call, ref?
Falls incomplete.
Come on, ref.
Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And the accompanying penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Fitzpatrick to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That'd be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get us
Good, you ain't gonna do nothing with it. You ain't gonna do nothing with it.
Back to your offense, right? Get that momentum.
You ain't gonna do nothing with it.
This lead is very, very slim. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
You could get a ball back, by the way.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally.
You get that ball back.
Nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And again, it's Chubb. It looks like a pickup.
He's doing nothing out here.
7 yards to go on 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive
line. Like, what are we really doing, guys?
Because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He finds Beckham complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the 36, Mayfield.
Dummy.
For a 3rd time tonight, he's
Dummy.
intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
You dummy.
These guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, let's get back to the playoff picture. We talked about the AFC.
And we shoved Baker right after he threw the pick.
We know most of the teams.
Like you dummy.
49ers, Saints, and Packers all in. Vikings in good shape. How do you handicap this race? It seems like anyone can beat anyone.
I think you're spot on because
you got these boys looking excellent out here.
These teams that we're going to talk about, who would you make the absolute favorite? It could be anyone, right? It could be Seattle. It could be San Francisco. It could be New Orleans.
Because if you don't score against the Dolphins, I'm not playing you in Madden ever again.
As a division champ, it looks like. But bottom line is, Dallas or Philadelphia's got to win the NFC East. And I don't know that anyone wants to go to their home field and play when they have to play in a divisional game. So when it comes to, when you get it all together, and maybe that would be a wild card, I would guess, because they'd be the 4th team in. But when you put it all together, it is absolutely wide open about who wins the NFC and represents for the Lombardi Trophy.
Check 53 is mine. Watch the run. Undercross.
Fitzpatrick on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36. Now Fitzpatrick. They'll set up the screen to Balaj.
Thought you had something, cuz?
They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Exit.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Any weapon.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up.
You remember that game I beat you 9-0?
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. Oh, it's a screen pass.
Yo,
it's complete.
that.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. From 21 yards away. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great.
Either you suck or I'm nice.
On the sideline, difference
one of the two.
Between 3 and 6. Is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Don't go to sleep.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
We don't know what to do, huh, cuz?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line.
Trampled.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. He'll let it go deep for Beckham.
Disrespectful.
And that's caught
that's gay.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 84 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
After the roughing,
because you know the overall of the Dolphins.
Kickoff from 15 yards further upfield. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
'68. This just prove an overall 68 ass nigga could beat somebody in the NBA.
Drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back. And
I know you upset. You trying to make a comeback. You feel like you're close.
So now they
I know.
with 2nd and 13.
I'm trying to get a stop or whatnot. I know. Just ain't gonna happen.
Again, it's Balaj. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a
1 yard.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A toss play to Chubb. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
What?
It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because
it's a field goal or turnover, dog.
It just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, box truck, box truck.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
180.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Good defense.
Hit her inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Throwing, Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Mayfield now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb.
Good defense.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He'll be hit and taken down at the 20.
Got no names getting sacks.
Well, no takes to start you have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
You ain't got time.
He's a very, very fickle man.
Mayfield and his Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 20-yard touchdown. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
14 on this.
They had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They'll look to throw.
Get out of here.
Throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He's back to throw. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Who that?
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll sneak it with Fitzpatrick and try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short.
Game over.
And he is short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. A run for Nick Chubb. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This
I didn't give me that first
down.
down.
Run here on 2nd and 8. They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 4.
Give me that first
down.
down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Watch the way, 133.
Mayfield to throw for it on fourth. He may try and run for this. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Five. Check 53. Watch the screen. Pass. 53 to Mike. 53.
Now Fitzpatrick. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Get off the train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
At the 17-yard line.
He won by 1 against the Dolphins. You supposed to win. You supposed to win.